Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. Train's here. Hear it? Boy, you're just keeping on sounding it. I imagine some people's been brought to this train station here recently. Okay, so this isn't a review. This is just kind of a hangout. My wife went to a thing with her sister called An Affair of the Heart at the Tulsa Fairgrounds. I think it's like crafts and I don't know, there's some booths, some different booths of stuff, and so I don't know how long she's gonna be gone today, and Jeremy's at work, so I'm just here by myself, and I just got home from work. It's Friday, and I got this maybe a week ago. This 32 ounce Busch beer. This was $3 and something. And you can almost buy a 6-pack for just a little bit more than that, you know, $6 or something. So I don't know about the price of this. Anyway, it's a 4.3% ABV. I've already reviewed Busch a few times. This is another beer, another big bottle from my collection. I like the big bottles. Oh, it's a little breezy out today. I'm also this is just kind of a fun thing. I might do some impressions or something. I don't know. Wayne Franklin kind of started all this. Got me on doing stuff. I've been imitating things and characters for many years. When I was younger, I had a kind of a high voice, so I could yelp like a dog. Like let's say, like my mom would back into me, and I would do that yelp. You know, like when you swat a small dog and they do that noise. It would startle her. I did it to all kinds of people. And also when I'm riding with somebody in the back seat, you know, and I would start going, excuse me. I do that, and they would think, you know, police are coming up behind them or something, or imitate that kind of stuff. When Jeremy was little, he was big into Winnie the Pooh, and I would imitate all his little Pooh characters, you know, Piglet, Winnie the Pooh, and who else? Tigger, a little bit. He's hard to do because he just has that voice, you know. But yeah, he had, you know, the little Poohs, little stuffed Pooh Bear. I'd be going, "Oh, Baba. Hello, Jeremy." Had that kind of a voice, you know. And then there's Piglet here. "Oh, dear. Hello, Pooh. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday." He had kind of that little stutter, you know. when I did that thing, that Beer Tubers Got Talent thing, I forgot to do a whole, very much of the Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo! I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but like, if somebody asked me to do something, I'd go, oh, I'm just a dog. Like, dogs can't take out the trash. They can get into the trash. I used to be able to do Shaggy. Scoob! Let's go see if they have some sandwiches. And that didn't sound like very good. I was surprised to find out that was Casey Kasem doing that voice, if I remember correctly. This beer's sweating. I hope my label don't get bad. I was thinking about squishing a lime in there, but I was afraid all the juices might destroy the label. I thought of somebody, another character that I used to imitate a lot. And it was during Lord of the Rings, Used to imitate Gollum. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kind of windy out here. See the camera kind of bouncing back and forth. Blowing. I got the umbrella up. But yeah, he used to imitate Gollum. He's kind of hard to do sometimes. Excuse me. I have to remember how. Give me a minute. I'll have to kind of acclimate myself to that voice.
Yes, yes. I like them alive and wriggling.
Miriam was beating the crap out of that fish on the rock, or that catfish.
Yes, yes. The fat hobbit wants to cook the catfish.
Murder. I can't remember how he said that. You remember when Gollum and Sam are talking about potatoes? Sam's calling them taters or something like that, and Gollum goes,
What are taters? What are taters, precious?
he said, potatoes. He says about he was cooking the catfish, and Gollum says,
Oh, he's ruined it. Ugh.
oh man, it's hot out here. see, what else? What else? What else? Got another week till payday. Had a lot going on, some expenses. Getting slim on things to review. I might have to do more songs and dances or something just to entertain people until I get my beer budget back. Excuse me. There'll be a timestamp, and that's all there'll be. Just a timestamp and a comment, and it's where I do the burp. When I burp, I get those all the time. I'm like, well, what is this timestamp? What does that mean? And I go to it, and there I am burping. Would you leave me alone? Big old fly. Thinks I'm a horse or something. This week went fast for me. Oh, what's been going on? Starting to get a little bird activity on my bird feeder over here. Let's see if I can turn it. Can you see it? There we go. That's right. That's right. It's right there. Whoop. It's right there. I come out the other day and there was a squirrel inside there. His butt was hanging out. He was munching on some grindage in there, man. I don't know how he got up there. He must have just jumped up inside there or something. The pole is it's metal. He couldn't have climbed it. There's a little finch in there right now. Oh, what else? What else was I able to imitate? When I had that high-pitched voice, I could meow like a cat. It sounded real. But I can't do that anymore. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't mention this last time verbally. I put it into the description below, but I meant to mention it. Wayne Franklin at Bucks County Beer Reviews. Go check out his channel. He's kind of new, and he's doing some cool stuff. He's doing some comparison videos. He's getting some odd beers from here and there. Some of his buddies from Canada and other places sent him some stuff, and he went to visit one of his buddies. I think he was in Canada, and he had some beers for him. Drew, I think his name was. But yeah, he's doing some cool stuff. He's gonna do something with a clip or two of my video that I did, the brew tubers got talent, beer tubers got talent, brew tubers. He showed me a little idea that he did, that he's gonna do some stuff at the end of one or two, I think, of his videos, and of me singing Legend of Woolly Swamp. It was cracking me up when I was watching it today, the link he sent me of what he's, an idea that he's going with. But anyway, check him out. He also collects cans, beer cans. He's got a crap load of them. His man cave's in his basement or cellar or something like that. Really cool setup. And I just happened to mention to him one day that when Red Dog beer was around, it was one of my favorite beers, and I had wished that I had a Red Dog can. And if he comes across one, would he be willing to sell it to me? And he just happened to come across one, and he sent it to me. He's also sent me some beers. He's a very nice guy. But yeah, the Red Dog can, that was something special, because it was one of my favorite beers. And when my younger brother was alive, he got Jeremy a little Red Dog stuffed animal. It wasn't the official Red Dog from Red Dog beer, but it was a red dog, kind of like puppies, you know. Excuse me. And it was a little bulldog, but it was just kind of coincidental. So it's kind of a sentimental thing, you know. And I used to have one or two Red Dog shirts back in the late 80s, early 90s, and I wore them out. Wish I still had those. Can't find stuff like that anymore. But yeah, I got a lot of memories related to beer, you know, with my older brother Wayne, who passed away. Him and I were not only brothers but drinking buddies. I mean, we'd hang out and drink some beer and just talk, chat, whatever. And Hurricane Malt Liquor, that's sentimental beer too, because my younger brother, who I mentioned, passed away in 2013, 2014, can't remember which. But him and I, we used to work at a restoration company. He was actually my boss. He was one of the owners. Him and I was on our way to a job, flood job. That's what we call it when a line breaks, water line breaks or something, and water, you know, is everywhere. Carpet's all wet. You got to go in and you got to pull the carpet out, the pad, extract, whatever. But we was on our way to a job, and yeah, I think it was like a weekend night or something, 'cause we were on call, and we stopped at a little convenience store. It was a cold night, you know. And we got a couple of those Hurricane, malt liquors. And we just parked somewhere and sat and drank those and just talked about stuff. I think we might have been waiting for our appointed time is when we told them we was going to be there, I guess. Anyway, we went on, got there. By the time we got there, we had to take a leak so bad that we was hurting. And we were both uncomfortable about asking the customer if we could use their restroom. But we went ahead and asked them because we were in pain. They were bigger cans, So. Yeah, when I was little, I never would have thought I would have lost my brothers, so many of them. You don't really think about that when you're young anyway. I don't know, I might have to have some dental work done. Are any of my subscribers dentists or dentist assistants or anything like that? I've had a lot of problems with my teeth as when I was younger and stuff. I had my molars, I guess you'd call them, my chewers. I've had that one pulled, this one down here pulled, this one over here pulled. Nothing on this upper left side yet, but I've got a wisdom tooth back there coming in. But I have one that's not in good shape at all over here. And then I have one down here on my canine teeth. It's not good. But in this area on my lower teeth, they're getting sensitive. Sensitive to cold, sensitive to, hard, crunchy type things. It's kind of a new thing. It makes eating some things hard to do. Excuse me. So I may have to go in. I haven't been to the dentist in I don't know how many years. I never was one for going to places like that unless I just had to. Regular checkups at that doctor, regular dentist checkups. I know, I should, but I've just always been really nervous and stressed out about that kind of stuff. I guess, I don't know if it has anything to do with when I was younger, I had epilepsy. I spent a lot of time in hospitals with, having the brain scans, CAT scans or whatever. I told it on a story time with Jerry about my oldest brother who's passed away, deceased, accidentally hit me in the forehead with a baseball bat, giving me brain damage. That's what's wrong with me today. But it caused seizures for a while. I was real little when it happened. I would have convulsions if certain things happened. If I hit my head, it would trigger a convulsion. I grew out of it later on. I was on a drug called phenobarbital, if I remember correctly. I was on that for many years. I finally grew out of it. They said it was one of the worst kinds of epilepsy, but not a permanent one. I don't know how it's worse. People that actually have epilepsy for their whole lives, they don't know when it's going to come on, when a convulsion is going to come on. Mine were only triggered by, you know, trauma to the head. If I slipped on the ice one time on the way to the school bus, hit the back of my head, and it made a convulsion. Some other times I've fallen, hit my head when I was a kid. My oldest brother, Wayne, the one that's deceased, we was jumping on the bed and hitting each other with pillows, and he hit me in the face, knocked the wind out of me, and it triggered a convulsion. So yeah, I spent a lot of time in the hospitals and stuff, and which, when you're little, that's scary, you know. My parents are outside the glass, and I'm trying to see if they're still there, just for security reasons. But when you're having that CAT scan, you're not supposed to open your eyes, and they can see when you open your eyes because it's messing up the picture. And I would kind of open up just a little bit to see if I can still see my mom and dad. And they say, close your eyes, keep your eyes closed. Yeah, I made a crap load of story time with Jerry's. You guys ought to check those out. Some of the stuff you guys asked me about, it's stuff that I put in story times with Jerry. If you enjoy these kind of little chat sessions and you want to drink a beer, you know, with me to some of the stuff, my stories, you might enjoy those videos. There's got to be close to 15 of them, something like that. Oh, I think I'm running out of stuff to say. I have some other things to review, not beer. I might try to take advantage of this time and try to review some of that stuff. There's about this much left. But anyway, I guess I will end it here. I thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for your patience while I've been trying to keep you guys, you know, entertained with some stuff to watch from my channel. Excuse me. I've really, excuse me again. I really slowed down on my channel. I don't have as much to review like I did when I first started out. When you first start a channel like this, and you're excited, especially if it's something you're interested in, like I'm interested in beer. So, you know, you discover a whole new world. If you don't know anything about YouTube reviewers, which I didn't until I was told about them. And hearing about this channel, this social media channel, whatever, called YouTube. And well, I knew about YouTube, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it back in 2016. And then hearing that there's beer reviewers that review beers, talk about beers, I was really intrigued to find out more about that. And then seeing people drinking different kinds of beer. I know I had go-to beers. I didn't pay no attention to any other beers. I went into the liquor store. I didn't even look around. I went in, I got what I wanted, and I left. Isn't that weird? Can you imagine that? Back in the late 80s, early 90s, I'd go into my liquor store that's close by here. I'd get a 6-pack of St. Pauli Girls, a 6-pack of I think Labatt's or something like that, and a 6-pack of like Moosehead or something like that. And that's all I would do. That's all I'd get. That would be my beer budget right there. And that would last me till the next check. But before that, I mean, I knew about Corona, and I knew I liked Corona. I think I would get, what was I getting? I was getting like a 6-pack of Modelo, a 6-pack of Corona, and a 6-pack of another Mexican beer. I can't remember what it was. Sometimes I would do my beer budget in Mexican beers. But I'm just surprised I never looked around. Could you imagine if I would have paid attention back then? Jay Terrio's been doing reviews, I think, since 2010 or something like that. I mean, he's been doing it for many years. So he had a big jump on us, He all the stuff that was out back then, he was already finding it. Oh man. Okay. Wonder what would happen if I was told I can't drink beer anymore. What would happen to the channel then? Well, first I'd have to change the name of it, right? And then I'd have to deal with the loss of 7,000 subscribers. Oh, gosh. I feel an accomplishment. I'm almost to 11,000 now, and it just kind of bewilders me that I've gotten this far in 8 years. pretty cool feeling. Whew. Man, it's hot out here. I'm wanting to get this drink before it gets hot. Okay. If you're still watching, I probably would have turned it off way before now, but I thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, thanks for your patience, and me not having much to review here lately of that big of interest. Just happened to pull together a comparison video that one day, and I think that's one that I found out that I'd already reviewed, already did. Excuse me. I think it was Bex and Stella Artois, whatever it is. But yeah. So now I still got a whole another week. It's gonna have to be something. I might have to start doing more singing videos. Are you guys up for that? You're probably like, yeah, as long as you're drinking beer. I got like a bunch of lyrics of songs. Some that my brother and I was like practicing. Like I told you, my brother Larry plays guitar, and I would sing to some of the stuff he would do. Oh gosh, excuse me. He was big into Creedence Clearwater Revival and Three Dog Night. Deep Purple, Doobie Brothers, so I got a lot of lyrics, in other words. But anyway, who knows? You know me. You never know what I'm gonna do. Just kind of random videos. All right. I'm gonna cut it off now. The cicadas are telling me to. You hear them? Bye. Have a good weekend.